Oh, hey guys, it's Johnny here with Johnny Cooks. I'm back. It's been a while, I know. Just been busy doing stuff with the family, whatnot. Had some medical issues that I had to take care of. All better now, so we're good to go. Hopefully, we'll start bringing us back and releasing some videos here and there. I may not be on a regular schedule with this particular channel because there's just a busy lifestyle going on at the moment. But with that, let's get into this video where we're going to be making a cinnamon roll cheesecake, and it's going to be helping me is going to be my wife, Romy.
Hi guys.
So she's going to be here. She's going to be helping make this. We saw this online and thought, wow, that looked really good. We got to do a video on that.
Yeah, we're both cheesecake lovers, so we thought this looks delicious. We have to try it.
Yeah, definitely. So what you're going to need to do is basically get everything ready. And what we started with is for the crust, you're going to need 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs, which you can buy them already crushed up if you want, or if you have a food processor, you can just buy the graham crackers, crush them up like I did here already. So I got 1.5 cups already in the bowl, already crushed with the food processor, or you could crush them by hand if you want. There's that method always. It's just nicer to have a finer crumb in order to make a crust with it. So you'll need that. We'll need 1/4 cup of white sugar, which we've got here, and then we'll also need 1/3 cup of melted butter, which I've got here in this cup that I've already melted. Of course, you're going to need your springform pan, which is always needed for cheesecakes, right? You are the baker officially.
Yeah, it is way easier to get a cheesecake out of a springform pan. So in my experience.
Yeah, definitely. I'm more of a cook, but I do like to bake from time to time, and I have been known to make a mean cheesecake.
Yep.
It was one of the first things that Romy and I bonded over is I made a cheesecake video for her and sent it to her, and it's one of the things she still cherishes to today.
Yep,
so,
absolutely. Right? That was very, very sweet. So.
Yeah, because like I said, we're both cheesecake lovers. I thought it'd be a cool way to impress her.
Yep, it was pretty unique.
And so we went ahead and did that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on the crust, and then Romy is going to go ahead and do the cinnamon roll filling for the cheesecake, and so she can explain that. And again, it's always good to have your recipe with you to reference anytime you're cooking or baking.
Especially with baking, because it's so precise.
Yep. And one thing I will say that I admire about Europeans and everything else is how they bake with weight instead of like 1 cup, 2 cup. It's always much more precise when you use weight, whereas here in America we do everything by the cup or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
So I know you're used to doing weights and stuff.
Yes.
In South Africa.
So now transitioning over to the way you guys do it is interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get mixing this, and she'll tell you about the filling.
Okay, so for the filling, we're gonna need 1/4 cup butter melted, which I have in this bowl here. And then we're gonna add 1/2 cup of brown sugar, which I have here. And then lastly, 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon, which we'll add all together. And then we're just going to whisk that in to make the filling.
All right, and so she's gonna get that in there, and I'm still mixing all this butter and sugar together here to get it. You want it into like where it starts compacting into like little chunks, but just get it all mixed in there nice and good. Try to use, like I've got a nice rubber spatula for this crust, and you want it to get all mixed up in there as well as you can. And after you're done mixing it, guys, you're going to want to put it in your springform pan, and of course you're going to want to set up your springform pan with some baking spray or some cooking spray so that it doesn't stick as much as possible. So we've got particular baking spray. It's an all-purpose baking spray. Just spray it in there. Make sure you get the sides too. Of course, you don't want your cheesecake sticking to it as well. So move that there out of the way. And then you're going to take your crust here and you're going to put it into your pan like this. Dump everything out, and then you're going to spread it out as evenly as possible. And then you're going to start pressing it down in there. All right, guys, so when you get your filling into your springform pan, you're going to want to take your rubber spatula and make sure you kind of press it down nice and even all the way around the pan as much as possible. You want to get that nice, even, basically plateau, kind of, for lack of a better word, to get that when you start pouring the cheesecake in, it's going to give it a nice, even base to go on. After we bake this crust and get it all browned up first, we're going to go ahead and then we'll start pouring everything in, of course. But now that we've got this done, we are going to set this aside.
And I just wanted to show you as well, this is what the filling looks like once it's mixed in.
Yep.
It's like a really dark brown color.
Oh, wow. Okay. Usually you bake a crust, but it doesn't look like we're going to bake it first. It just says to set it aside.
And I think you just put the filling on top.
Yep, that's what it looks like.
Yep.
So
we should just get started with the filling.
yeah, that's what we'll do. So I'll move that up there. So that's kind of what your crust is going to look like, guys, once you get it all pressed out and everything. It's going to be all nice and even like that in your pan. And then I'm going to set this down right over here so we can use it later.
And we'll do the cheesecake part.
Yep, and then we'll get the cheesecake part going. So like I said, we got the filling there that she already did. And then for this, we are going to need 24 ounces of softened cream cheese, which we've got right here. So we got three packages of 8 ounces each. So you're gonna need those. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna beat the cream cheese and the sugar until it's smooth. So you're gonna wanna put this and a cup of sugar. So we'll get that going.
Cup of sugar?
Yep, 1 cup of sugar. You wanna use the 1 cup or you wanna use a half cup?
The 1 cup is fine.
Just use the 1 cup?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll get these opened up here. And again, you want your cream cheese kind of sitting out a little bit to get soft. So that way you can get it all mixed in and everything. Actually, I'm going to need a clean spatula so that I can get this cream cheese off. It doesn't want to come off. There we go. And just kind of get all your cream cheese. Don't lose any of that good cream cheese on to
They're not.
the foil here. So we can get it all off. There we go. So there we go, there's that one. And I'm gonna go ahead and put these other 2 in here. And of course, we'll get the sugar in. We'll get it all mixed up and we'll show you what it looks like after we're done with that. So now we got the cream cheese and sugar all mixed in really well, as you can see. It's nice, soft, all mixed in and whipped up. Looks almost like you're whipping kind of icing a little bit. So then once you got that done, then you're gonna add eggs 1 at a time to get all 3 of your eggs. So you're gonna need 3 eggs. And of course, the recipe will be down in the description below. We'll go ahead, start with 1 egg at a time. And we'll start mixing that in. You gonna do that, babe?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll mix in 1 egg at a time, and then we'll add a teaspoon of vanilla and a half a cup of sour cream as well. So once that gets moved around, blend it in really well. You want to get this nice and blended before you add your next egg. That's looking pretty good. We'll crack our next egg in there. There we go. That yolk is not wanting to go in.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Finally.
So, like she's doing, you just want to move it all the way around. If you're using one of the big stand mixers, it should be able to get it all. But if not, use a spatula, get the sides of it pushed down. Oh, that's looking really good already. So, like, I'll move some of this cream cheese on the sides that is just stubborn, doesn't want to move off, in there. We'll rotate the bowl. There we go. And then use the betas to get it off. There we go. Okay. And we'll get this last egg in there. Make sure to try to not get any shells in there, of course. So she's gonna get that one going. Once that's mixed in, then we'll add the vanilla extract. And you just need 1 teaspoon of that. So there's our vanilla.
Smells really good already.
Yeah, and you can always add more vanilla if you want. I mean, it's personal preference in my opinion about the vanilla. Some people like a heavy vanilla flavor, some people don't. And then I believe we add the sour cream, which is we need a 1/2 cup of sour cream. So get this opened up and then we'll mix this together because it's in there a little bit. You know how your water and your cream kind of separates when you have sour cream. So you just want to make sure you mix it all up, get it nice and soft again. We're using light sour cream. Try and hold back a little bit of the calories, of course. But cheesecake is never really a healthy dish. We do try to eat mostly healthy, but every once in a while you want to indulge. So
Have a cheat day.
and have a cheat day, yep. So now I'm gonna move that 1/3 cup off. Grab this 1/2 cup. Now once you get that 1/2 cup filled up of your sour cream, you're just gonna dump it in. And then of course, Romy will get it mixed into our cheesecake filling. Try and scrape out as much as you can. So she'll get that mixed in really well. And it'll look really creamy at this point, which is always where you want it to be with your cheesecake.
Like that.
So yep, now she's got it nice and cream. It's almost like like drips off of there.
Yeah, a little
Almost
bit.
like you're making peaks.
Yes.
A little bit. So now we've got that all mixed up. What you're going to end up doing is you're going to put 1/2 of the cream cheese base onto our graham cracker crust. Then we're going to add 1/2 the cinnamon filling. Then we're going to add the rest of the cream cheese base here on top of that, and then another layer of
The filling.
filling. Yep. And we're just going to do that, I think, just twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll bake it at 325 for 60 minutes. It's a long cook time. So we'll go ahead, get these beaters knocked off here. And of course, if you want, you could always lick those probably. Those are probably usually pretty good.
Kids that enjoy cheesecake will like licking those off.
Yep.
We've got a daughter that loves cheesecake as well.
Yep. But unfortunately, she's not here today, so she won't be able to lick them. I'm actually joking. She's always here, so we'll go give those to her. Okay, now that we're back from giving our daughter the beaters and her licking them all up and having a good time, eating the cheesecake base off of that, we're going to go ahead and start by pouring 1/2 of this in there, or what I think is 1/2. Romy will help me because she's got a better micrometer than I do.
I think that's good.
Let me get that spread all around. Actually, I think I could use a little bit more. There we go. So we'll get that all spread in here, guys. You want to get it all spread around as much as possible, as even as possible. Does that look good?
Yeah, I think it looks good.
Yep, look at a high center, in my opinion. There we go.
It is homemade, so it's not going to be perfect.
I know, but I like to make it perfect.
It's nice to have it homemade and rustic
Yes,
looking. Doesn't have to be perfect.
that is true. Okay.
So,
I'm gonna
and then
go
we're
ahead.
going to drizzle the filling, just 1/2 of that, over the cheesecake part.
I'm gonna go ahead and get one of these. If we want, we can spread it out.
We can spread it out, yes, that'll be better. So I'm just dropping it here and there.
Yep. Just use about half of it.
Yeah, and you can also use a toothpick and just swirl it around like that.
Yeah, you could swirl it, yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll actually look nice if we do the swirl part with a toothpick.
You just gotta remember you can't go too deep because we still have the
Crust.
Yes. That's why we're just gonna do this.
You can.
And just kind of move this around.
And then we can
Spread it
show what
around.
looks like.
Yep. Because this way you get it kind of spread because you're doing layers. So you want to keep that layer aspect of it there. Oh, that actually looks really good.
But if you want to do a swirl, you just can poke in a toothpick just very slightly into it, not too deep, and just swirl it around to make that effect.
Yep.
If you want to.
If you wanted to do that route. So now we've got it all set up, as you can see right there. I don't want to hold it too long so it doesn't go down. But that's what it looks like with our cinnamon layer in there. Then we're going to put our other half of our cheesecake base.
Just basically repeat the process.
Yep, you're going to repeat the process. Again, spreading this out as we pour it in. So that way it doesn't pull our cinnamon base up to the top. We want to keep that in the layers as much as you can so that we get this done here. There we go. And then again, you're going to spread it out as even as possible. There we go. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and get all the cream cheese off of our spatula. Make sure you got clean hands, of course.
And then we're going to put the filling on top.
So then as she's finishing up grabbing the rest of that, I will take our other spatula again that we were using and spread this cinnamon filling out as well. Try and make it nice and even again across the whole top of the cheesecake. Because again, this is a cinnamon roll cheesecake that is just looking delicious. Like I said, we saw this online and thought it looked amazing and just had to do it. We haven't made a cheesecake in a while either, so always a good time to do that. Good time to spend quality couple time together baking.
And I think like cheesecake is nice as well for keeping in the fridge for at least a week, up to a week.
Yep.
So it's nice for dessert every night.
Exactly.
If you want to.
So like I said, what we're gonna do is stick it in the oven now for 60 minutes. And then once it's done, we'll bring it back and show you guys and give it a taste test. All right, everybody. So now we've pulled the cheesecake out of the oven. When you do it, you got to cook it for an hour, and then you turn off the heat and let it sit in the oven another hour without opening it or anything, and let it finish cooking. And then you're gonna pull it out, let it cool off, and refrigerate it overnight is the last step. But I'll show you what it looks like now before we put it in the fridge. So it looks really good at the moment. And so now we're gonna put it in the fridge and bring it out tomorrow, and I'll show you guys what it looks like then and how it tastes. We'll do a taste test, my wife and I, Romy. So we'll give you guys a taste test on that at the end. So we'll see you then. Welcome back, everybody. It's the next day. We are here with my wife, Romy, who you saw in the last part of the video. And then my daughter decided to join us so that she could try some of the cheesecake.
She's a cheesecake lover as well.
Yes, she's a very big cheesecake lover. So after you bake it and let it sit in the oven for an hour, after you bake it that hour, you overnight it in the refrigerator. And then this is what you come out with. So I will get you a nice close-up of that. That looks absolutely delicious. And now we're going to cut a slice and we're going to try it. So we'll let you guys know how it is. Just a small piece. We don't need a big one. There we go. Oh, that crust came out really good. So now, get you guys a shot of the inside of the cheesecake here. See, if I go over here, look at that, guys. It is right there. Look at the inside. You can see that inside layer of cinnamon roll in there. So now let's go ahead and give it a taste. Go ahead, Annabelle. Let's see what you think.
That's good.
Is that good?
Okay.
Yeah?
I already taste that cinnamon roll.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Mmm.
That's really good. It's very
Yeah.
cinnamon.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and it tastes like an actual cinnamon roll.
It does. It tastes like a
It's
cinnamon
very
roll
creamy.
cheesecake. Yeah. Creamy like the cheesecake. Although you get that nice cinnamon roll flavor that is in it. Like, because you really love cinnamon rolls. You have them all the time. What do you think? Ultimately, does it taste like a cinnamon roll?
Yeah, it does taste like a cinnamon roll, and it has that creaminess.
That creaminess is really key. That is,
Yeah.
wow, that is really
That's
good.
really good.
I am surprised at how good that is. I did not expect it to be as good as it is. So, guys, we hope you enjoy this video. I know it's been a while. Like I said, I'll try and get more uploaded, and we're going to try and do more stuff like this. So if you do like seeing this kind of content from me, go ahead and hit that like button to help me in the YouTube algorithm. And go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to be alerted when I drop new videos, hit that notification bell. So, till next time, guys, we're out. Thanks.
Bye.